All right, guys, UFC Fight Night, Belal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim is this Saturday. I'm going to go over my top 5 most confident plays of this very weekend. Last week, UFC Macau smashed it. I think I went 5-2, only losing on Dang Ming and Kang Ji Zhu, two Asians, two Chinese fighters. I learned my lessons. I'm not betting on Chinese fighters ever again. Chinese fighters made a pact. Chinese people made a pact with God and told them, hey, you can make me as smart as you can. You could take away my ability to drive, and you can take my ability to fight, and you can give me a small penis, and I'll be okay with it. And that's basically what God gave him. So now there's those outliers, those outsiders that are not smart, and they became UFC fighters or MMA fighters, and they suck at it. So I'm not going to be taking any more Chinese fighters. Obviously, Song Yadong is an outlier of the outliers, and there's a couple good ones, but the prospects, I'm not taking any of them. Never again. Let's start. First, my big one. I'm going 3 underdogs. 3 underdogs this weekend. Jordan Leavitt versus Joanderson Brito. Give me Jordan Leavitt to smoke Joanderson Brito. This fight, I think I already saw this fight. I think it's Pat Sabatini versus Joanderson Brito. I saw this fight. I saw what happened. Jordan Leavitt's a very, very skilled grappler, very, very good wrestler, right? And his top pressure is insane. Once he's on top of you, you can't get him off, right? That's just what it is with Jordan Leavitt. He did it at 155. Now he's going down to 145. He beats a guy named Del Val, Cuban guy who was in that fight fix with Isaac Dolgarian. So we really never knew how good Del Val was. But Jordan Leavitt really put it on him as a big dog against Del Val. And I think that Jordan Leavitt, even though he's lost in grappling exchanges with Paddy Pimblett, who's a very, very good grappler, even though we see him lose to Chase Hooper, who's also a very, very good grappler, Joanderson Brito is not that great at grappling. He has a very good overhand, and that's basically it with Joanderson Brito. Nice guillotine ninja choke versus JSP was nice as well. But Jordan Leavitt is the better fighter. I can see this fight happening in my head, right? In the pocket with him, in the pocket throwing jabs, goes for a takedown. He's just too strong for Joanderson Brito. I think he's going to clean him up in the first 2 rounds pretty easily, and then Joanderson Brito's going to be tired in the third. Then he's going to sweep him, maybe inside trip him, and then get on top again and probably take his back. I think Jordan Leavitt via decision here is the right way to go. I think he's better than Joanderson Brito. Next, who am I taking? I'm taking Santiago Luna to beat Bryce Mitchell. I was on Bryce Mitchell. I made a fight card picks, right? Fight card breakdown earlier yesterday, and then I was talking to my guy T on live stream on Premier Voice, our weekly episode for MMA picks between the both of us. And he was like, Santiago Luna is better than Bryce Mitchell. And I'm literally thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, Bryce Mitchell looks like shit versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. Santiago Luna, maybe not the striking caliber of Saeed, but Saeed was putting in the work against Bryce Mitchell in that first round. And we saw Santiago Luna. The guy doesn't get tired. He trains in elevation. He's from Mexico. They have elevation to freaking the stratosphere. That's how far high up it is. So now you're going to give Santiago Luna Bryce Mitchell. So a guy who doesn't really get tired in Santiago Luna versus Bryce Mitchell, who was very gassed in that third round versus Saeed Nurmagomedov, basically begging for a takedown. And now you're going to give him Santiago Luna, who has good power, maybe not the power enough to knock somebody out like Bryce Mitchell out, like we saw him struggle to knock out Angel Pacheco. But I think Santiago Luna is just better than Bryce Mitchell, especially right now. What is Bryce Mitchell fighting for? In the live stream that I had on Premier Voice, check out that live stream. I think it was Sean, one of the commenters on our the people that are watching our show. He said, "Is Bryce Mitchell there for a paycheck?" And I think so. I think he knows he's not good enough to be a world champion. I think he's there for a paycheck. I'm taking Santiago Luna, who's 8-0, and he's about to be 9-0 when he faces Bryce Mitchell, the young, hungry guy who thinks he's unbeatable. Give me that fighter over Bryce Mitchell. Next, Fares Ziam. Fares Ziam is going to beat Tom Nolan. This fight won't be close. Tom Nolan's not that good, right? He beat Borishev. Borishev, I thought, was going to be a very good striker. He is a good striker, but he's not a good winner in UFC, right? He doesn't know how to win fights in the UFC, right? Besides like Dakota Bush, and then to Chris Duncan in the Dana White Contender Series. Who does really he beat? Borshev, not a lot of guys. Sadikov draw, I believe it was. But again, Borshev's not that great of a winner. Tom Nolan fought Alex Reyes, right? Dominic Reyes' older brother, and he didn't look good in there. Lost to Mota. So I'm going to take Fares Ziam, who I know is getting better every single time he fights. He's a top 10 lightweight in the division, maybe not by rankings, but definitely by skill set. He's a top 10 guy. You're telling me he's better or he's worse than Beneil Dariush or Fiziev? Come on, guys. What are we talking about? Fares Ziam's a very, very good fighter. Minus 325 is a joke. He should be a minus 500, minus 600 favorite in this fight. Next, give me Edmen Shahbazyan to beat Brendan Allen. I think Edmen Shahbazyan is better than Brendan Allen. I don't think Brendan Allen, I don't rate highly Brendan Allen, right? The RDR win, RDR was sick, looked amazing in the first round, was dominating the first round, then second, third round, got tired and quit. We already know the story about Brendan Allen versus RDR. But and Brendan Allen is not, he's stupid. Like, he's dumb. He's retarded. And like we saw him versus Fluffy Hernandez. Fluffy Hernandez putting him in that washing machine, taking his back, then going for the Pat Curran guillotine choke, and then taking his back again. And then finally he made a mistake. Brendan Allen had a chance to get back to standing where he dominates the fight against a guy that's really just a grappler in Fluffy Hernandez. And we saw Brendan Allen shoot for his own takedown and basically get reversed right away by Fluffy Hernandez. His strike Q is not there. Brendan Allen, I don't think, is that good. And Edmen Shahbazyan trains at Extreme Couture, where Brendan Allen, that's his kryptonite camp, right? We've seen Sean Strickland beat him and KO him. We've seen Chris Curtis KO him, right? We've seen people, Brendan Allen lose to Extreme Couture fighters, and then Edmen Shahbazyan now trains at Extreme Couture. Their takedown defense is amazing over there. I don't think Brendan Allen's that great of a wrestler anyways, but their takedown at Extreme Couture is very, very they're known for it, right? Eric Nixon does a good job. The wrestling coaches over there do a great job having them train for takedown defense. And we see it in fights. So Edmen Shahbazyan, I think, is going to beat Brendan Allen. I can say KO. I think third round, second round KO. I can see that. But Edmen Shahbazyan should win this fight as a plus 180 underdog. I like that a lot. Next is Belal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. Give me Belal Muhammad to win this fight. I think Belal Muhammad, if this was a 3-round fight, maybe Belal Muhammad has a better chance of losing. But a 5-round fight, I think Gabriel Bonfim, who gets tired, we saw it versus Nicholas Dalby. Nicholas Dalby knocked him out after a great hellacious start by Gabriel Bonfim. Put the pace on him in the first round. Gabriel Bonfim did trying to get him out of there. Nicholas Dalby said, I'm too durable. I'll see you in the second or late second round, and end up getting a stoppage. I think late second or early third against Gabriel Bonfim. And Gabriel Bonfim now, you're fighting 5 rounds versus Randy Brown. What did we really see from him? We didn't see that berserker that goes forward and that wants to push a pace on people that we saw versus Nicholas Dalby or versus Trevin Giles. We saw Gabriel Bonfim be more relaxed, more like, hey, it's a 5-round fight. Let's just chill out a little bit and let's try to win this fight and ease into this fight. And I think Belal Muhammad, they'll play into Belal Muhammad's strength, right? Make it a longer fight. Be average instead of really good for an entire fight, like Bonfim's trying to do, right? We're trying to pace himself. You don't want Gabriel Bonfim, he's a very, very fast starter, right? He's 0 to 100 really quickly. You don't want the cruise control 50-mile-per-hour guy, right? And I think that's what we're going to get from Gabriel Bonfim. I think Belal Muhammad, that body kick's going to work well. I think the wrestling is going to get tired. He's going to get tired from the wrestling. Gabriel Bonfim will. I think Belal Muhammad always goes forward and pushes people to the on the back foot. And I think he's going to do that with Gabriel Bonfim. I think Belal Muhammad is going to win this fight via decision. I could see that happening pretty like 48, 47, 49, 46. The best thing I think Gabriel Bonfim could have for him is, hey, let's win the first 3 rounds and then coast the last two rounds and lose via decision. Lose the last 2 rounds, win 48, 47. That's how I think Gabriel Bonfim should fight this fight, right? I think that's how he should fight it. It's very hard to knock out Belal Muhammad, but I don't know if he's going to do that. And I don't know if he can last. I think Belal Muhammad has decent boxing, very underrated boxing. Give me Belal Muhammad to beat Gabriel Bonfim. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace out.